So I wanted to share this while it's still fresh in my mind. Just got done looking at, if you notice I didn't say hike. I looked at the Sand Arch. So here's what I think. In my opinion, national parks are supposed to be for, the betterment of the people, for everybody and all this other stuff. But if there's one thing that I could tell you from just being outdoorsy kind of dude, there's no sense of adventure, accomplishment, or anything of the sort. If all you do is go from right there where the parking lot is to right here, which takes like 1 minute of your time to do, to look at the arch. Now there's one arch right behind me over there. You can see the hole. That's a little bit further. I think there's also another one in there somewhere tucked away. There's a campground on the other side of the rocks. So one thing that my mom and I both have concluded is that off the beaten path hiking is so much more rewarding, just from like perspective of looking at stuff. I understand that not everybody is physically capable of hiking some of the things that we hike as a family. Even with my sisters growing up and all this other stuff. But I don't know how. I mean, like, national parks are awesome, but what's awesomer is when you actually have to put some sort of effort into the hike. And here's the end. People that are like going to places like this, they have a completely different mindset as to what's respectful or not. Like normally when, like hiking people go to hiking places and see hiking stuff, everybody gives each other space. Everybody is, mindful of each other's comfort space and zone. And out here, it's like a freaking stampede. They just keep coming and piling up and climbing like it's... What the hell? And once they get their hands and feet on whatever it is that's in their view, all bets are off. Like, there's no mindfulness of other people wanting to do the same. Anyways, so right now I'm heading towards Broken Arch. I don't know why it's called Broken Arch. I'm about to find out, I guess. And there's also another arch and another arch. Now, one of them is only accessible from the parking lot. Another one is kind of, sort of, maybe possibly accessible by hike. I don't know. But what I do know is that I'm actually kind of thankful that I'm not climbing Pritchett. Everything in my body hurts. I have done so much. Here, let me switch arms. Hey, sorry about that. I have done everything in my power to prepare myself for this trip. I, with my perpetual issues, health issues, after my sister's wedding, I managed to shed something like 26 pounds of weight. I'm about as lean as I ever have been in the last 18 years or so. Well, maybe not that long. Okay, let's shrink it down to 15. But like my body, just now, there's multiple things going on. There's the altitude. I'm at 5,000 feet to 6,000 feet daily, and for a Florida man that exists at sea level, this is already a thing. And so like yesterday going to La Salle Mountains, it was like 8,400 feet or something like that. I was like, ooh, dude. Now last time I was out in these parts, I don't remember having this kind of altitude situationship until I got to Colorado. So I don't know what this is all about. Now, if you notice, there's nobody around me. So I'm hoping to appreciate the arch that I'm going to see in some relative peace. Because all the Instagram stars and all the other ones are snapping a picture for the gram and moseying on. So, and I hate to turn myself into like this grumpy kind of guy while hiking, but most of the things that we do are like out in the boonies kind of thing. So sticking your nose into where there's like a melting pot of everything burger, it's a little bit disturbing, if I say so myself. So, but anyways, here you could see how arches are formed in the Arches National Park. Everything is kind of like fins galore. And it erodes with water and wind, of which there's a plenty. And that's how arches are formed. Now, I've been told that apparently the Onion Creek is exactly like arches in terms of its like rock composition and everything. But for some reason, Onion Creek doesn't have any of the arches, despite being of the same kind of. So I guess there's things that need to transpire to make things happen. I guess, I don't know.